my name is Trish. Syed shared on why you should start early, and in this part of the series, I'll be sharing on where and how you should start building your financial portfolio. Before you get started, you should at least acquaint yourself with some knowledge on the general market outlook. This allows you to have a general idea of some macroeconomic trends or growth potential in certain countries or sectors. If investing seems too complicated for you, you can start off with investing in something easier, such as by investing in funds. You can entrust your money to experienced portfolio managers to manage. Here are the types of common funds available to most investors. There are three main types of funds. Firstly, equities, which refers to stocks, fixed income, which refers to bonds, and lastly, we have balance, also known as hybrid funds, which is a combination of equity and bonds. The objective of equity funds is to achieve long-term capital appreciation through the investment in stock holdings across different sectors and countries. As for bond funds, it is to generate income via bonds, which pay regular coupons and seek to preserve capital. And lastly, the objective of a balanced fund is to achieve both long-term capital appreciation and generate income. Now, because of the allocation in both equities and bonds, one can expect lower return in exchange for a lower risk. Here are 5 simple criteria and guiding questions that you can use to aid in narrowing down your fund selection. Firstly, investment objective. Is the investment objective for long-term higher returns, steady income stream, or to preserve principal with a low yield return? Second, macroeconomic trend. What are the macroeconomic trends, and is the fund investment objectives aligned to these? Third, fund's performance. Does the fund outperform the benchmark or even peers over the long term? Fourth, fund's expenses. Are the fund's expenses higher than peers? And lastly, we have the fund manager's track record. Who is the fund manager and what is his or her track record? And we have come to the end of my sharing. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something today. Next up, we have Lesley, who will be sharing on setting your cruise control. And no, by that we don't mean your holiday cruises.
Ever experienced a Grab driver who swerved the car from right to left a million times, accelerates rapidly and brakes out of nowhere? Don't you agree that this is a very stressful and nauseating car ride, and this reminds me of what I see some people do when it comes to investing. Hi everyone, I'm Lesley and I will be sharing today on how to set your cruise control. Just like your car's cruise control, once it has been turned on, you do not need to interfere much, except the occasional brakes and speed changes until you have reached your destination. So this is actually the same for investments, where you invest over a long-term horizon with occasional rebalancing of portfolio to align to your life milestones. I'm going to share today about how you can layer your investment portfolio with 3 different approaches to meet your different financial goals and reaping the full rewards eventually. The first layer is inflation protection. I believe we should always start the initial layer with instruments giving guaranteed returns, such as our CPF Life and Singapore Savings Bonds, which will give us the basic protection we need against inflation. So this will help ensure a solid foundation to our retirement many years down the road. Moving on next to the second layer, this is what we call the income generating layer. So typically, we look at lower to medium risk instruments such as bonds, annuities, and even stocks that generate dividends. This is to provide the regular income streams we need during retirement years via dividend distributions. So lastly, the third layer will be made up of medium to high risk instruments such as stocks and unit trusts to give our portfolio an extra boost. We will want this layer to continue growing so that we do not need to worry about outliving our resources, ensuring that we have a comfortable retirement. I've come to the end of my sharing today. Hope all of you have enjoyed it and had several key takeaways.